Hello and welcome to Smaulgld, America the Beautiful Coin sales update for the year ended 2016 and also an update on the first couple of months of 2017. Now, these coins, before you get started, they don't sell very well. However, they do seem to have a very decent premium, as we'll see in later years, because of their low mintage. Now, the reason they have a low mintage is because it seems that there's not that much interest in these coins, but then again, it works the other way because there's a low mintage and there is some interest in the coin. You do get a premium in some of them in later years that is sometimes 3 and 4 times the value, which is something you've never seen on any other sovereign mint issued coins like American Eagles. You don't see a 4 time price on American Silver Eagle. Maybe you might see that on a 1996, but generally you don't see 4 and 5 times the price of the original purchase price of sovereign coins like you do here. So in 2016, they sold 286,500, which is very few. They're 5 ounces, so that amounted to 1.432 million ounces. Again, not very much. And the first coin this year that's been sold is the Effigy Mound. We'll take a look at that one. So far, they've only sold 19,500. And if they don't sell any more, that will be the lowest mintage of any America the Beautiful coin minted since 2010. The next one out this year is the Frederick Douglas historical site, and we'll take a look at that one as well. Now, in 2016, the U.S. Mint sold 37.7 million American Silver Eagles, and if you add in the 1.432 million ounces of silver from America the Beautiful coin sales, you get 39.134 million ounces sold total. So you could see the America the Beautiful coins really don't add much to overall bullion sales at the U.S. Mint. And if you're interested in buying any of these coins, you can do so directly through the site. I will leave links below this YouTube. You can check them out at JM Bullion, and you can also compare pricing and shipping at other dealers. So last year was the biggest year for America the Beautiful coin sales other than 2010. There were 5 coins issued. The first one sold 105,000. It was the Shawnee National Park coin, 105,000. Not a very special looking coin, but a lot of interest at the beginning of 2016, and it sold fairly well. The second one, which I like a little better, is the Cumberland Gap National Historic Park coin. It sold 75,000, and that was one of the largest sellers ever for America the Beautiful coins. We'll check out a chart in a minute. Third coin, you can see they start to go down in sales, was the Harpers Ferry National Historic Park. That sold 36,800. The fourth coin, this is a nice looking coin. This is Teddy Roosevelt on his horse out west. That sold 40,000. And the final coin was the Fort Moultrie Fort Sumter coin, which only sold 27,900. Now we're going to take a look in a minute. The premiums on this coin, which only sold 27,900, are not yet significant, even though it is one of the lowest selling coins in the series. And I like this coin because it shows a guy who's raising the flag that had been knocked down by the British ship out there during the Revolutionary War. You can read the account at the website. I've written up something about the history of Fort Moultrie, Fort Sumter. Now, 2017, you've got this new coin, this weird looking thing here. These are effigy mounds. They're created by Native American Indians 1,000, 2,000 years ago. They're still there. No one quite knows why they're there. Maybe they are tributes to deceased animals, burial grounds. Maybe they just mark off hunting grounds. But a variety of Native Americans made these types of mounds, and there's a national park out in Iowa, but they're kind of found throughout the Midwest. I didn't know this, and you can look this up, Google it. You can see these mounds are out there, and quite interesting, and that's what this coin is. But again, this coin has only sold 19,500 to date. And they probably stop selling this once they start selling for a couple of weeks the next coin, which is the Frederick Douglas He was an abolitionist. That picture is him in front of his house in Washington, D.C., where he later settled as a free person, and he was born a slave. He had written his autobiography, giving his name and his slave master's name, and he had to flee to England. The people in England bought him his freedom. He came back to the U.S. He continued to speak out against slavery, and then he worked in various government positions after the Civil War in Washington, D.C. So that's the next coin coming up. Here are the top selling coins in the series. You can see only four of them have sold over 100,000. Two of them, the two biggest sellers, were in 2016. You had the Shawnee National Forest, which we just saw, and the Cumberland Gap National Historic Park with 75,000. If you look down here, here are the mintages of all the coins, and most of them you see 20, 22, 24, 24, 34,000. Not very many. Now, if you look at what that means, so right now you can get these. They're about $100 for the current, the most current two. So if you look at Effigy Mounds, today is March 22nd, goes for $102. The pre-sale on the Frederick Douglas is $102. And then last year's not much of a premium yet. These are 103, 106. Well, 113 has a 10% premium on the Theodore Roosevelt. And then the first one, not the first one, but the Harper's Ferry is up to 116. If you go to 2015, you start to see the premiums move up. You got 113, 126, 133, 137, 143. They get even higher now. You see 135, 144, 157, and 195 is the most expensive one in the 2014 series. In the 2013 series, you've got them all in the 130, 140 range. 2012, you've got a couple over $200, 243, two over $300. You've got the Acadia National Park at 325, and you got the Hawaiian volcanoes at 353. So I misspoke. I said four times the amount. It's really 3.5 times the amount, which would be the equivalent of an American Silver Eagle selling for, say, $66, $75. But there's a few of them like this. You got two in 2012 selling with those premiums. Now, 2011, you've got lower premiums because this was the year they sold a lot of them. But still, they're well over $100. Some are $155. And the first year of mintage, all of them go for over $200. Yellowstone 233. In any event, I'd like to know your thoughts on these coins, whether you think they're worth it. I'm not advising you to buy them, but if you do, you can buy them through the Smaulgld site or the links below. You pay no more, no less than if you visited JM Bullion or the other sites directly, and Smaulgld gets a small commission. So let me know what you think on these coins. As you can see, last year was a big year, so to speak, but still only 286,000 coins sold. The most they ever sold in 1 year was less than 500,000 of them. So those are the coins. Let me know what you think about them, whether they're worth it. And actually, when you buy them today at the current price, I mean, you're paying $100. You're paying what, $20, a little over $20 an ounce, which is basically what, 250 over spot, because if you're at 1750. So they're really not much. They're about the same price as any other bullion coin, except they're in a 5-ounce size. And then the question is, can you resell these? I know that's what they sell them for in the aftermarket on the bullion dealer sites, but can you as a person find someone who would pay you somewhat of a premium on these coins? Let me know what you think. Thanks for listening.